So, ladies and gentlemen, I have no clue how many videos I can actually film without, it stopping, because I do know for a fact that I deleted. I spent my morning on this Friday, Fantastic Friday morning. I spent it deleting like almost 200 something, or if not over 200 something, photos from previous days, weeks, and months that I just don't need anymore on the phone. So to try to save up more storage, I go and do these videos. And just so I can just really get more storage on the phone. So what's up? I have definitely things on top of my head to get to. One of the top things to get to would definitely be the fact being that yeah, I guess get back to the school topic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just that if you want to help heal families and etc., you have to do what you got to do. You want to help heal community, help heal families. You gotta go to the places where, again, we all for the most part gather and do what you got to do to help us heal. But the problem with that is that's practically what church is for, and you obviously see all the people that are going to church, and then nothing truly happens within the community in terms of people actually changing their morals, their values, their way of life, and so more. Trust me, I think that's very garbage, because I feel like church is supposed to be that vice that everybody definitely should be going to for hope, healing. But the problem is, as I posted on my Snapchat for Mother's Day, last Sunday, I believe that one of the top problems that a lot of our churches these days, instead of turning into God's house of holiness and happiness, it's turned into a pedophilia house. And I'm not even, and I'm really telling you, it doesn't matter which denomination it is. The Catholic Church is more prominent for it, but it exists everywhere. In almost every denomination of church it exists. It's just more prominent in Catholic churches and so forth. And not to fully discredit, the Catholic Church at all, because God bless all Catholics out there, but you all know it's more prominent in your church than it is in any other church. It happens in almost every church, but it's just more prominent and been more famously, I want to say denounced or famously aired, to have happened in the Catholic churches. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just believe that we have to do more than just that with the church. We have to do what we got to do to help make our schools families and make our schools homes. The problem with that is it doesn't seem like too many are focused on that. Too many are focused on, particularly within administration, they're just focused on getting their way over the kids, and they don't really care what the kids want. Shame and a disgrace, to let you know. Why do I say it's a shame and a disgrace? Because it is. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the top things that I was trying to build there at Nice over the past few years is a school family, a school home. One of the top things that I was trying to build there. Why? Because I care. I believe in people. And we got to do more than what we're doing. We can't just keep doing what we're doing and wondering why people don't care. Wondering why nobody's healing. Wonder why everything is tremendously the way that it garbagely is. As I said before, well, I don't have an academic intelligence, even though I probably could be a really straight A student. What I lack in academic intelligence, I make up in moral character and personality, which is more than what a lot of these people can say. Just because you're an academic, honor roll student, don't mean you don't do drugs, don't mean you don't do all these other very much ungodly things you should not be doing. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people will probably tell you, oh, I'm not here to, be a pastor and tell you how to live your life, or I'm not here to be a good whatever, try to tell you how to live your life. My name is Nathaniel Joshua Angie to the city of Williams. That's exactly what I'm here to do, is tell you how to live your life. Why? Because the way I feel, been at this verge, breaking point, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to just let people bask in the glory of their sin, or just bask in their sin, because there's no real glory in sin. But I'd rather die doing what I can to get people out of their sin rather than keep pushing them in deeper and deeper into it, because they feel entitled to just do whatever the heck they want. Predominantly once you get 18 plus. One of the top biggest frauds I think so many of our children are being fed, which is still a true statement, but the way it is being interpreted is garbage. Trust me, I've been close to cursing twice there, but I had to stop myself. One of the top frauds our children are being promoted with is, when you turn 18 years old, You can go out there, do this, do that. It's not going to be on your parents' head anymore because you're 18 plus. Guess what, parents? If you've been feeding your child that, in my best opinion, forgive me if I'm wrong, or forgive me if you don't agree, because I'm not wrong. You're a halfway failure. The reason why I say that is because you know how many kids turn 18 years old, and even before then, they still didn't have a common sense on what love is, what reality was, what promises was, what God was, what balance was, so on and so on. To when your child gets to college, or whatever the next step in their life after high school is, they waste their lives. They absolutely waste their lives. And I'm going to say even within the high school hemisphere, they waste their lives. I cannot tell you how many young children I know who are in middle school or high school that are on drugs or on vapes and alcohol. Particularly within the middle school. Parents out there, you don't have to agree with this. But heed to what I'm about to say. You're a failure. If you're letting your middle schooler have access to drugs, vapes, alcohol, out-of-wedlock sex, and more, predominantly what disgusts me out of everything I just said was the out-of-wedlock sex part. That's what disturbs me the most. Why? You're too young. And I don't understand why we have a 12, 13, 14-year-olds having sex. I don't get it. I mean, within, you could say, today's day and age hemisphere, I mean, it existed way back in those decades, but that was a different time period. We're into today's time period. Within the last couple of decades, it shouldn't happen. You know, like back in our, grandparents or ancestors or whatever you want to call it, Tom, they had kids really young, because that was just the way of life back then. But I'm talking about more of today, in today's day and age. And that's what I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. In today's day and age, I think that it's a shame and a disgrace. You're letting, and that's why I think a lot of parents, you're more obsessed with the rights to have them, or the fact that you just have them, or the ideas, or whatever you want to call it. You're more obsessed with that than you are the responsibility of raising them. Which, if you would ask me, a shame, and a disgrace. For all young kids out there, I want you all to understand. If I had to be that third parent for you, made a song, but still under unlisted. If I had to be under that third parent tree for you and just be another big brother for you, to help lead you the Lord's way, I would just do it. Trust me, do I wish I didn't have to? Yes. Do I feel a calling in it? Yes. Do I have to? Yes. Why do I have to? Because if you don't get it from me, you're probably not getting it at home for a majority of you. Or if you are getting it at home, it's not enough to sway you. The point there is, ladies and gentlemen, I have a grave fear that if a lot of us died tonight, we're not going to heaven. We're just not. Predominantly with all the middle schoolers that are on drugs, vapes, alcohol, you name it, and out-of-wedlock sex, a lot of your parents are not going to heaven, and neither are you possibly. So, to talk on the afterlife part, some of y'all probably call me absolute crazy now, and then you should shut up. No, I'm going to keep talking. You want to click out the video? Do it, but I'm going to keep talking. Point there is, ladies and gentlemen, I really hate judging anybody's faith or telling them where they're going to go. Now, it's rainbows and rainbows and unicorns to pretend as if everybody's going to heaven. Even though I got a song coming out saying everyone goes to heaven. Kind of trying to, play on words with that, honestly. But, it's rainbows and unicorns to pretend as if everybody's going to heaven. Because they're not. You're not going to heaven until you, I would say, well, biblically, until you accept Christ into your life as your personal Lord and Savior and start walking with Him, which is the only real way. Only one way and so forth. But with that, again, for most people, it's going to take a process, it's going to take steps, and it's not going to be an easy day one fix. But you have to be willing to go through it all. The hurt, the pain, trust me, be blessed with more purpose and passion and potential than you ever thought possible when you do it. But another point with saying that, ladies and gentlemen, is I just want you all to understand, where we are in today's culture. And I have this grave fear that a lot of people are just not going to heaven because the reports prove it. And what that means is the crime rate proves it. I want to say the homeless rate proves it, and a few other things prove it. A lot of people are just not going to heaven. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not something that I'm proud to say, but that's one of the top reasons why I'm so very thankful for, 20 years of life right now, about to be 21 in a couple weeks, because I believe in more, I believe in better, I believe in pure, and etc. I believe that we can do this now. We can clean this up today. We can become better forever. Excuse me. But it's going to take steps. It's going to take a process. Again, look up and down my Instagram if you don't really believe anything what I'm saying. Look it up on my Instagram. 116 Unashamed, that's exactly the model, that one of the top models that I follow. God bless Lecrae and Reach Records and everybody else over there. I mean, don't listen to everything they post, don't watch everything they post, but I learned that from them way back in like 2015, something like that, or whatever year I learned it, and I've been just copying it, or I've been doing my own thing with it ever since, or whatever I've been doing. I mean, or I've been helping promote it ever since. God first, 116 Unashamed. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and again, if you don't know what Romans 1:16 is, it's I will not be ashamed of the gospel. That's pretty much what it says. And I try what I can to the most best I can promote it on Instagram and other vices, and just own it, because I know that this can help somebody, and I really wanted to be out there as a bridge to help other people with their spirituality, and help heal their souls and so forth, because we are in a spiritual warfare. Even a lot of you are asleep. We're in a spiritual warfare. Oh my God. Well, the Sierra Mist I was about to finish, I can't now because a bug actually is still in there, and I'm not going to drink it, so I'm going to throw that out. But the point there, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, is, I mean, I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but one of the top things is with education and, the state of religion in our country, in our world. I probably may have to come up with another show titled The State of Religion. With that being said, with crime rates, you can tell people don't really care about God. People don't care about faith, religion. They literally, like Lecrae said in his song titled Timepiece. And dare I say this was back in 2014 he said this. But he said it in his song titled Timepiece, where he says, on the corners and the alleys, I see Conans and cowards scared to question their existence like they ain't no final hour. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of y'all live like that already. Regardless whether you're in the streets or not, you live like there's no final hour. And I'm here to tell you, especially if you look up to me and say, boy, there's a final hour. And I'm not saying that you're going to wake up in the morning and just automatically want to accept Christ, but I'm definitely going to tell you, you got to take some steps to doing it. Ask God today, show me the signs that, of who you are, of how you operate, show me signs that you exist, etc., etc. Other than the fact that you're even alive to even ask the question. And do what you got to do, because you're better off dying taking the steps than you are dying not taking the steps and living with that regret. Trust me, you're better off dying taking the steps and letting God judge you from there, rather than not taking the steps and just thinking that everything's just going to be dandy. Wake up, delusionals. Look at the world you live in today. It's fallen, it's sick, it's satanic, it's twisted, it's fallen, it's broken, it's a lot of other things I can name. Wake up. Like NF song titled Wake Up. But yeah, I got a lot of things to focus on, ladies and gentlemen. I stutter a lot, forgive me. A lot of things to focus on. That's one of the things I want to focus on, because I want everybody to understand, it's quite amazing where we are on YouTube with censorship, and where we are with Twitter and everything else like that. I mean, I swear, when I got on these platforms, it wasn't like that. But again, of course, with Donald Trump being elected, everybody, or at least with Donald Trump being elected, certain people predominant within, media and etc., they're trying everything they can to regain their fan base back that they had before Trump was elected, when everybody actually trusted them, but nobody trusts them anymore. Because, when you watch guys like Mark Dyson, Paul Joseph Watson, and etc., etc., it's quite amazing, honestly, to know that, it's just quite amazing, the little fine line tightrope you're walking on every day with every post, because you don't want to get banned, you don't want to get censored, you don't want to get any of that stuff. But like I said, with the vices that we still have, or at least I know I still have, I got to try what I can to spread godliness and help everybody the best way I God first can through Christ, which is this man. Note, I do not and will not get everything right. But trust me, I think and procrastinate with this a lot for reasons, because I want to represent myself in the best light to help, help more souls to Christ's kingdom. So that's another thing you got to realize, I don't get everything right, but that's one of the top key things with procrastination is I can hopefully get things right. Because it's all about representing yourself in the best light so you can get more souls of Christ's kingdom rather than astray. Because, again, we need Jesus now, today, more than